Hi everyone! Today I have another smoky eye tutorial for you. It is super easy, no special precision skills are required, and I'm only using minimum amount of products. You only need one liquid lipstick and only one eyeshadow to achieve this. If you're curious how I did it, keep watching. I started with applying black liquid lipstick on my lids. You don't need to use any expensive brand if you don't have it. You can use anything within your budget, just make sure it's pigmented enough. The one I'm using is from AliExpress and it cost me less than €2, but it's super pigmented. I put it on my mobile lids quite heavily. I made sure I don't put it too high or too low. Once you do this often enough, you will see on yourself where exactly does it work on your eyes. It obviously depends on how much space you have between your eyes and your eyebrows and how far can you blend it so it looks good. I had to apply second layer on my right lid to make sure that both eyes are equally dark. That is pretty important at this stage. I took synthetic fluffy brush and I started blending process. I tried to be quite neat with this and not go too far. I kept the space below my brows empty. I also checked in my mirror with my eyes open to see how far can I go. I also made sure that both of my eyes are even. I did it with this larger brush, so it saved me a lot of work. Take your time with this, but don't wait till the lipstick dries, otherwise you will not be able to blend it. If you don't have any good brush for this, you can also try it with your fingers. It works as well. This stage is all about blending, checking if it's even, and more blending. If you notice that your lids are becoming too light, apply more of the black lipstick and blend again. Less is more, and it's always better to start with less and keep on adding than put on too much at the beginning and turn it into a mess. The next stage is the eyeshadow. I chose this metallic green from Morphe Palette. You can use whatever shimmery color you want, but keep in mind that the black base we applied earlier will make it darker and cooler. I used flat stiff brush to pack the color on. I started with applying on the center of my lids and I moved towards the inner corners. I put it basically to the inner 2/3 of my lids, leaving the outer corners and crease alone. I kept on adding more color and blending it. I also put it into my inner corners, but that's optional. You can only concentrate on the middle part of your lid and keep the inner and the outer corners black to create halo effect. It looks also really great. Next I grabbed a smaller fluffy brush and a black matte eyeshadow and I darkened the outer corners. This step is quite easy. You just put black eyeshadow on the places where you didn't put the color eyeshadow before, if it makes sense. I took a clean soft brush, which is quite big and fluffy, and I blended all the edges. If your brush is too hard and stiff, it won't work very well. Soft blending is only possible with soft brushes. I learned it the hard way. Anyway, I went back in with the black and I darkened the outer V's a bit more. Totally optional, but I'm a sucker for ultra black outer V's. Next I moved on to my lower lids. I first applied the liquid lipstick using the sharpest point of the applicator. I found the wand a bit too long, which makes it harder to be precise. If you have lipstick which has a shorter applicator wand, it will be easier to apply, or you can also use a brush to do this. I pretty much just drew a line from my inner corners towards the outer corners and I extended it a bit. When you do this, be absolutely sure to put this line on the roots of your bottom eyelashes, so there is no space between your waterline and this bottom line, otherwise it will look horrible. Next I took another flat stiff brush with black eyeshadow on it, and I put it on top of the lipstick line to make sure it won't move nor crease. I also blended it slightly. The point of this look is to have no lines whatsoever and to have all the eyeshadows blended nicely. Then I applied my metallic green eyeshadow into inner 2/3 of my bottom lids. This step is also optional. You can keep your bottom lids pure black if you want to. I took the smaller blending brush with the black eyeshadow and I darkened the outer area and I blended it some more. Again, totally optional step. You don't have to use the black eyeshadow for darkening at all. I just like my smoky eyes to be black as hell. The next optional step is applying matte white eyeshadow under the eyebrows. I did it to add a bit more highlight under my brows and to optically separate the dark eyeshadows from my brow bone. I took my big fluffy blending brush with no product on it and gave my eyes the last final blending. I did this to make sure that everything is nice and smooth without any harsh edges whatsoever. And the eyes are done! I cleaned all the fallouts with clean brush and I moved on to the foundation. I used the MAC Studio Fix Fluid in the shade NC10. I am super happy that they added the shade lighter than NC15 to their range. I have to admit that after trying all possible drugstore foundations I could, trying to find less expensive variant, I still go back to this high-end one. Purely because all other cheaper foundations I tried were supposed to be yellow undertoned, turned pink or orange on me. This one is perfect. I always apply my foundation with a brush because it's way quicker than a sponge. And I also always apply only a little amount, just one pump and that's it. I hate to have thick layers of products on my skin, and that is also the reason why I don't use any primers or cream contouring. Next I used a bit of ultra light concealer under my eyes to brighten this area and also to get rid of any darkness I might have there. I corrected the shape of the eyeshadows under my eyes in the areas where I blended too far, especially the outer area. I also made it a bit sharper. Then I used this NYX HD loose powder to set my foundation and concealer and to get rid of any shine on my nose and forehead. I really don't like that. Speaking of NYX, I use their contour palette for contouring and highlighting. I sometimes use this palette as eyeshadows and it works amazing. This palette is super multi-purpose. You can even use the cool toned shades for your eyebrows if you're blonde or redhead. Next I did my eyebrows. I used Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbrow pomade in shade Ebony. I always apply a bit on the back of my hand to warm it up and to have more control of the product I have on my brush. I made my brows slightly thicker and darker. I don't really draw extra hair in my brows, I just darken the brows I have. Nothing difficult or special. I just make sure that the inner parts of my brows are not too dark or too close to each other, otherwise I look like I'm super pissed. still have some of the Dipbrow pomade on my hand, so I line the inner corners of my eyes with it. Then I applied mascara on my top lashes. No special technique, just slap it on. While mascara was drying, I applied my lipstick. I first tried this neutral brown one. My super quick way of applying liquid lipstick is very easy. I first put medium thick layer on my bottom lip, then I press my lips together and wiggle a bit to have the lipstick evenly spread, and then I only fix the outlines with the sharp point of the applicator. Easy peasy. Then, while my lipstick was drying, I applied the second coat of mascara on my top lashes and a bit on my bottom lashes. And this is the look complete. I tried it also with the black lips. Let me know which version you like better in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done it yet. You can also follow me on my Instagram at lightblackmoth. That's all from me now. Have an awesome holiday. Bye!